is your next trip? I live for your vlogs. Next question was, are you becoming a Walt Disney World annual pass for next year? Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lydia. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Welcome to another day of Vlogmas and a Disney Q&A. This is going to be the last video of the Disney series. So I'm going to put together Disney haul and then a Disney Q&A all in one video. So the last of this last series, but we have a new series coming up very, very soon. So this is my first time filming in this room. May need to turn this off next time. We'll see. I'm not really sure. It's super overcast today. So no matter where I sit in the house, it's going to be very dim and dark. So I'm going to start with the Q&A portion of the video. I asked on Instagram for questions before all the videos went live and after. So there are some that are kind of the same. I think we'll run through these quick. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit more so maybe it looks a little bit more normal. Okay, so let's get into the questions. I will be reading off my phone. So the first question was, what did you think of the digital camera you have? I still have not looked at the pictures yet. I need to. I did enjoy having it. I thought that it was really fun just to pull out and grab different pictures. And I'm hoping that they look good. But I did love it. I never had to charge it once. I thought it was great. And I think it's a budget friendlier option to like getting the disposable cameras, just depending on what the pictures look like. So we will see. Next question was new eats. So trying to think if I ate anything different than I normally do. I did go to Grand Floridian Cafe for brunch. I've eaten there before, but it was my first time eating brunch there, and I thought it was spectacular. It was one of my favorite meals, and I still think about it to this day. Everything else, I ate a lot of resort chicken fingers. So I think the Grand Floridian Cafe is going to be that for me, because the day that I did my resort hopping, I did Grand Flo Cafe, and then I didn't eat again until I got back to my room that night, I think. If I did, I don't remember it. The next question was, how did you like Starlight? I thought it was good, but it was so loud. I thought it was absolutely stunning. A lot of my favorite characters were included in the parade. The music was beautiful. Like, it was a beautiful parade, but the music was so loud. I stood in Frontierland. I don't know. It was just so loud. And when I posted that on my Instagram story, a few other people said, yes, no, I really thought that it was a super loud parade. So I'm not really sure. But like at some points I was like, I need headphones because my ears, like, they hurt. But it was overall, overarching, I would stand and watch it again for sure. So another question was, how was your first ever solo trip? I think it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed, not that anybody has ever complained. I'm just like hyper sensitive to like other people. And so I really don't want to take up people's time. I don't want to inconvenience people. I don't want to, I don't like to just stop and take pictures and videos and like do my thing, because I'm worried that I'm going to inconvenience somebody else. Again, nobody has ever said that. Lucas does not care, but for me, I'm always super worried about that. And so to have the freedom to literally just, the first morning, I spent 30 minutes just at the front of the park, taking little vlogs, taking little pictures, standing and just looking. And so that was really fun, just having that freedom. But also, I really struggled with the fact that like Lucas was not there with me to, one, not even just to take pictures, but I didn't have him to take pictures. He does a really great job of that. He also is, I can bounce off with him, like conversation and stuff like that in the vlog as well. I just feel like the more people, I don't know, not the better that it is, because I love to see my girl Abby. She doesn't she does a spectacular solo vlog. But like for me, I just feel like Lucas and I bounce off each other really well. And then experiencing like new and different things. I caught myself multiple times like looking over to see if Lucas was like enjoying something, and he wasn't there. So that was a little sad, but I did enjoy it, and I do think that I would go back. It was hard not having him there, and I just missed him. And I also felt really guilty for experiencing one of our favorite places without him. And he even said, Lydia, you just need to enjoy it. Like, I don't care. It's totally fine. But I still felt bad that I was enjoying things in our favorite place. I'm not going to say it's his favorite place, but we do enjoy to go there together. It was really hard to do that without him and enjoy things. I felt very guilty, but that was nothing that he said or did. It just was that, gosh, there's this fun pin board, and like he would love this, but overall, I did have a good time. I have a few pin questions. I will save those for when I go through what I traded for. Another question was, what was the best part of your solo trip? I think I kind of touched on that, just taking things at my pace and doing whatever I want. Not having to like worry about what somebody else wants to do and what somebody else wants to get accomplished. I just was able to do what I wanted to do, and it was very fun. Another favorite thing you did this trip, I really think that my resort day, while I really struggled for part of it to like sit back and relax, and I could have bought another park ticket, and I kept thinking about that, and I did feel a little bit of FOMO there. And also a big part of it was like, people are not going to enjoy this vlog because it's literally just me sitting and reading at a resort. I enjoyed the sit back, relax vibe of that, because I did come home and have just like, since then I have just had crazy work weeks. And so it was really nice to take a day before I flew back home to explore some resorts. And I think my very favorite part of my trip was the day that I spent, I think it was 2 or 3 hours sitting at the Polynesian, and I read a book, and the Hawaiian music was playing, and I was sitting in a little chair, and the breeze was flowing, and I had a Diet Coke, and it was just so much fun. Another question was pin 1 with exclamation points that you were most excited to have acquired. I think I'll get back to that one when we get to the pins. So this is really fun. What is your number 1 value, moderate, and deluxe resort? So I think I could answer this 2 ways. I'm going to answer this 2 ways. I'm going to do my top 3 for resorts that I've stayed in, and then my top 3 if I haven't stayed in them. Like, I think I'm going to separate that. So the top 3 that I have stayed in, I'm going to say Pop Century for value, Caribbean Beach for moderate, because that's the only moderate resort that I've stayed in as an adult, and then Animal Kingdom Lodge is the only deluxe that I've stayed in as an adult as well. Going on like ones that I've visited or I want to stay in, I still think that Pop Century is number 1 for me. It just feels like home. It feels like my home resort. That is where we stayed a lot when we would come on our girls' trips and stuff like that. A very close second, I do love Art of Animation. I had 2 trips back to back in 2023, like within a month of each other, where we stayed at Art of Animation, and it just holds so many fond memories for me. So I really do love that resort, and I love to go walk around and look there. So Pop Century, I think, is still going to be my number 1. It's just home to me. And then for moderate, I'm going to say I really want to stay at Port Orleans French Quarter. Every time I think about a moderate resort, that is the one that I think about. And then for deluxe, I think that one's going to be the hardest. I do love Animal Kingdom Lodge, but the one resort that I'm just desperate to stay in is the Polynesian Resort. So I think that's going to be the one for me for that rating. Another question was ways that you budget for your Disney trips. I always struggle on information and an answer for that, just because I can tell you how I budgeted for this trip. But like typically we just know that we're going to go on vacation. We don't spend a ton throughout the year. We're not, I don't know. We don't have a car payment. We don't, like, I don't know. We just, I honestly, I couldn't tell you. We don't have kids. We try our best not to eat out a lot. We eat at home. And it's just a priority for us in our budget. But for this trip, since it was a solo trip, it was so last minute. I am a Disney travel agent, and so I have just been saving up my commissions for just like a random trip. We do our annual trip somewhere for our anniversary. The last few years it has been Disney World, but we do our annual trip. And so we know that we're going to go on a bigger vacation for our anniversary. And so that's just kind of, we just pay on it every single week. If it's Disney, we pay on it every single week, and just are more mindful when we're paying for Disney trips. And then when we get to the parks, this last trip, we spent a lot more just because we decided to stay in the cheapest value room, and we got really cheap airline tickets. That was back in May. And so we had a lot more than we normally spend. We had a lot less in the actual trip itself. So the tickets in the room and the transportation and stuff. And so I said all that to say, we really don't spend a crazy amount in the parks. But for my November trip, I had just saved up my commission from being a travel agent, and that fully funded my trip this time back in November. But it's just, we make it a priority to, while we don't have kids, while we don't have a bunch of extra expenses, we just try to make it a priority when it comes to spending money. We don't put money aside for Disney, but it's just when we sit down and talk about, okay, well, do we want to go out to eat, or are we going to cook at home tonight? And it's like, okay, well, we could go out to eat, but that's $50 that could go towards a Disney trip. So I'm sorry, like, we don't just put money aside for it, at least not right now. That may change when we have children, but as for right now, it's just kind of, we just live with the mindset when it comes to spending money. Okay, we can have this, or we could not, and that could go for a pin pack in Disney, or plane tickets and to get to Disney, or whatever. Okay, so another question was favorite underrated snack, and I really don't know. I don't feel like I snacked a lot this trip. The one snack that we always get when we go, which we always go for Flower and Garden, we love the pineapple with tahini on it. But I don't really know. We kind of go for all of the big snacks, the popcorn and the Mickey pretzel and the spring rolls. So sorry, but I am a basic love a Dole Whip. The next question was updated favorite parks in order. So because I only visited Magic Kingdom, it's going to be Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. But I love each of them so much for their own reasons. So it's really hard for me to make, because now I want to change it. I think it's Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios go back and forth, but I really do love Animal Kingdom. And each trip, I gain a different favorite park. I think last trip was probably Hollywood Studios. Our honeymoon was Magic Kingdom. Our first anniversary was Hollywood Studios. Like, it just changes. It changes every single time that I go. The next question was, are you becoming a Walt Disney World annual pass for next year? No. As of right now, the answer is probably always going to be no, unfortunately. Because I am an out-of-state Disney girl, it's so expensive to get those annual passes. It's gone up to like $1,600. And just with my new work schedule and, requirements and just travel, it's expensive to fly. It's not horrible, but you still have to get a hotel when you get down there. And we would have to do, for it to be worth it, I would have to do 13 park days. And I think I can make it work, but it would take some extra weekend trips. And it's just, I don't think it will ever happen for me. I'm just not close enough to be able to just pop in a few weekends to make it worth it. Unfortunately, I hate it. I had the opportunity to buy an annual pass years and years and years ago, and I didn't, and I wish I would have now. But I'm just an out-of-state girl, and that's fine. Never gonna say never. It is very possible that one day I do become a Walt Disney World Annual Pass holder, but as of right now, we've gone over it a million times, Lucas and I both. We've gone over it, and just the fact that there's not always a discount for rooms, and there's not always a discount, there's never a discount for flights. It's just, we probably won't be able to make it work. We really don't want to make it work. It's just a lot. It's a big commitment that we're not going to make right now. So that is that. I wish, but probably not. This is a good question. Is there anything you didn't do that you regret not doing? Part of me regrets not getting a second park ticket. But overall, I really had the freedom to do just whatever I wanted, and so I did. And so anything that I didn't do, that's my fault. I'm coming out of the trip with no regrets. Of course, the more park days, the better, but I am thankful for the rest and relaxation that I was able to have on that resort day. What is something that is a non-negotiable on a trip for you? Staying on property. And I'll add another one, pin trading, but staying on property is a non-negotiable for me. We did do a trip that we just did the Halloween party, and we were trying to make it as budget friendly as possible, and we stayed off property, and it wasn't horrible, but just the ease of being able to hop on a bus and go to the park you want to and not have to deal with Orlando traffic. Worth it every single time. It is worth it every single time. Not having to park in the Magic Kingdom parking lot. I mean, all of the things. It's just, it's so worth it just to stay on property for me. And it's a non-negotiable for me. And it's also a non-negotiable for Lucas when we plan trips as well. Okay, so another question is, I got a few of these. When is your next trip? I live for your vlogs. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep that one under wraps for a minute. I'll share the details later, but we do have a trip on the books, and I can't wait to share about it if you made it this far into the video. Another question, how do you go about getting good pics while solo? P.S. The vlog series was fantastic. Thank you. That's so sweet. I feel like I really didn't get that many great pictures of myself this trip, and the pictures that I did get that were really good, my friend Raquel took them. So, typically Lucas is my picture guy, and other people take pictures of me. The few pictures that I took of myself, it was a 0.5, type picture, and I don't know. I just struggle. But I really feel like this last trip I did not get many pictures of myself. And the pictures that I did get that I was not holding the phone, my friend Raquel got it for me. You can always ask somebody to take your picture for you. I've had so many people ask. I've offered to take people's pictures. It's just put yourself out there. Just ask. Nobody cares. And also, I was afraid, I don't know if a question came up, but I was afraid that people were going to look at me differently or like silently judge me. Just like my own little insecurity about being there solo. But literally, nobody paid mind to me at all. Nobody had any idea that I was there solo, it was very nice. I just always had that little fear of like, oh, well, she's there by herself. But no, I just had my book in lines and just read, and it was so nice. Another question about pins, favorite pin trade last trip. I will get to that in a minute. If you could do a solo sleepover at any resort for no cost, where would you pick? I know that I said the Polynesian is number one on my list. I think a sleepover at Fort Wilderness Lodge would be incredible. I also think, I think she asked at any resort, just one. I mean, a deluxe resort, I would say. But it's between Fort Wilderness and maybe even the Grand Floridian. Beautiful resort, beautiful grounds, and the rooms, I'm sure, are just absolutely stunning. And last question, would you do a solo trip again? Yes, absolutely, but I do prefer to go with Lucas. I definitely think absolutely. I had a great time, and it was just so much fun to be able to pop down into the parks for a few days. I definitely would not do a solo trip for longer than I did. I don't think. I would probably do another small, like, quick little solo trip any longer than that, and I would cry a lot because I am I'm my husband's girl. I just love to be with Lucas, and so it was nice to be able to go and be in my favorite place because Lucas wasn't quite ready to go back yet, but I love to go with him. So okay, so next up for this video, we're going to quickly run through everything that I bought and the pins that I traded, so I can get this edited and uploaded and can relax for the rest of the day. So just right here on top, I grabbed these cute ears. Oh my gosh. I love them. I think they are perfect. I got so many compliments on these, and they are in the parks right now, and I think they're on the Disney store. So if they are, I'll link them down below, but they are just the perfect little accessory to take pictures with, like in a flat lay, to wear. They're just, I love them so much, and I'm so glad that I ended up grabbing these. So the next thing that I bought, as you'll see, is this sweatshirt. It is so cute, and I saw it and I just knew that I had to have it, and I'm so glad that this video is being filmed so I can like wear it out with having to worry about getting a stain on it. But this was so cute, and I grabbed it when I grabbed the ears from World of Disney. It's so cozy. I love the color pink, and I just love the colors on the design of this sweatshirt. Next up is a bit of a random one, but I do have an idea for it, and I think it's going to be so cute. I grabbed this little Cinderella book, and it is candy. Lucas and I have enjoyed a few pieces. It came with 4, and it's just, it opens up. We have one more left. It opens up, and I think that I'm going to put some cork in here, and this would be cute to sit on my desk with some of my favorite Cinderella pins. When I bought this, I didn't know about this room being finished, and so just absolutely perfect. I need to get the goop off of it, but I think this is going to be so cute with some pins in it, some of my favorite Cinderella pins, since she is one of my main collections. Okay, so the last things before we get into the pins, these were both from the airport. So I didn't get this actually in Disney World, but I got it on my trip. I got this magnet for Lucas, and it is a Millennium Falcon. Super cute. You'll see the flashback from the camera, I'm sorry. But a Millennium Falcon magnet that I cannot wait to get onto our fridge. And then I wanted to grab this magnet on our last trip, and I did not. And so when I saw it in the airport, I was like, okay, I have to have it. I think it's so cute. And we didn't get any ornaments this year, so magnets, perfect. I cannot wait to get these on our fridge. Please be patient with me as I have a bunch of stuff in my lap and I've got to organize through it, but the last is pins. So the first pin that I grabbed was this, and it is an All-Star Movies Christmas pin. Each resort this year have their own little snow globe pins. And we stayed at All-Star Movies. This is not like just All-Star Movies exclusive. It's an All-Star resort pin. And so when we stayed earlier on this year, they did not have All-Star pins. And they, again, did not have like All-Star exclusive pins, because we like to collect pins for each resort we stay in. So they did not have that again when I went this time. So I went ahead and settled for this, and I'm still hoping that maybe next year somebody can pick one up for me, or whenever we go back, you know, we can pop over to All-Star Movies or whatever and pick up one of those pins. But the next pin that I also grabbed this at the airport after I hemmed and hawed over it for days. And it is just a Christmas in the parks. I love to buy pins that kind of push me to remember, you know, the trip. And the overarching theme of this trip was Christmas. I went for a 13 Wishes / Magically Scrunched collab. And we took pictures and just hung out, and I got to see the parks at Christmas time or Magic Kingdom with the Christmas decorations up. And so I thought this was the perfect pin to just help me remember the trip. So next up, I grabbed this pin for Lucas. It is just a Star Wars pin. I love to pick up stuff for him. when I'm not around, not just Disney, but just in general. And so I knew he would love this. And I bought more pins for him than I bought for myself this trip, if you don't count the blind bags. Oh, another pin that I grabbed for Lucas is this Star Wars pin. You can't really, flashback's kind of bad. But it is this gorgeous Star Wars pin with the characters on the back. They're like screen printed on there. Absolutely, oh, I just love it. I think it is a beautiful pin, and it's going to go on his little Star Wars collection so well. Then I saw this pin the night of my resort hopping and knew that he would love that as well. So I picked that one up for him. It has some, he loves Boba Fett, so it has Boba Fett on there and some stormtroopers and Darth Vader. And again, this is going to just go perfectly onto his Star Wars board. So another pin that I grabbed was this Mickey wreath. Very cute. I think that I want to do a little like Christmas board to either go on my desk at work or to go on my desk here. But I just think it's so cute, and just again, it just fully encompasses the trip and what all I got up to. And the last pin that I bought that was not a pin pack was this little Cinderella. I knew going into the trip that I was going to get her. She was released like right before I went, and I just think that she is so beautiful. And I love that Gus Gus is on there. So next we're going to just talk about kind of pins that I traded or grabbed out of the blind bags. I opened quite a bit of blind bags. So I did grab this Fantasy Flights Tinkerbell pin off of a board at the Riviera, and I was so ecstatic because the pin boards were not great this trip, unfortunately. But I did grab her, and I love her. I collect Tinkerbell, but this is possibly going to go live with Caitlin because I do have the Tinkerbell, but I knew that I had some friends that did not. So next, this is a Tiana pin that is also probably going to live with Caitlin. I opened her in a blind bag and ended up opening a few of her. It's very pretty, but I just do not collect Tiana. I try to keep my collections very small because it's expensive, and I just know what I like and know what I want. And so while this pin is just absolutely stunning, it's a Wave B pin, she doesn't go and she doesn't fit in my collections, which is totally fine. These next few will go quicker just because they're on boards. So I took that one in. I think I took that one in as well, but I did grab that off of a board, and I opened these two pins in the boxes, which I think I vlogged that, but these are going into my trader book as well as the rest of these. I am mistaken. That Tinkerbell up there is mine. This is the one that I found on a board. I did take some pins that I knew that I wanted to display. So this I took with me. I grabbed this off of a board. These pins are huge. I opened this one. That's the story about the Riviera. I grabbed these off of a board, and I grabbed this one off of a board as well. And I think I may keep him, but I'm not sure. And then these I grabbed off of a board. These, I opened this. Some of these I grabbed off of a board. Some of them I opened. I took that one with me, and I took her with me as well. I know I opened one of these. I grabbed that off of a board. I opened that, and I opened that as well. So most of these were blind bag openings. This board is my prized possession at the moment. So here is my chaser board and my keeper board partially. So this Mad Hatter chaser, these two Sorcerer Mickey chasers, this Chernabog, I opened all 4 of these in pin packs. I also opened up this and all of these. Peter Pan's going to stay. He will probably go to be a trader, and you know, most of these are traders, but I'm looking for very specific Disneyland ones for the chasers. I'm looking for Gus Gus, their Disney D chaser, and the Jacques Disney D. And then flip it over some more. The majority of the things that I opened were the Wave Bs. So I grabbed that off of a board. I think I grabbed one of her off of the board. She was from a bag, a board, a bag. Grabbed 2 of these from a bag. One of these is going to be, go into my collection. There is another Tiana. lots of Kermits. And then I grabbed this cupcake off of a cast member at the Polynesian Resort, and I was actually her first ever pin trade, she said, which was super, super sweet, and she was so kind. So you saw me, I didn't film myself grabbing it, but you did see me pick this one and look at it off of her lanyard in one of the vlogs. But lots of fun opening since there were not many trades. I just really didn't have great trades while I was there. Okay, and here is pretty much the last board. That I grabbed off of a board. That one I grabbed off of a board. I took that one with me. Took that one. I grabbed that one off of a board. I'd never seen that pin before. Took that one with me. Grabbed it off of a board. And I think I opened these two. Flip it over. I grabbed that one off of a board. I grabbed that. I think this is my favorite pin find because it's Tinkerbell. She's so, so, so scratched up. But I do love her, and I've never seen a pin like her before. And then I think I took that one with me as well. And here we are at the end. So I bought a few different pin bags to bring home for Lucas and I to open together, and we were supposed to save them, and we opened them all at once. So I brought a box home of Star Wars, which I wish I would have bought more because they look so much better than they did in the box. And then a bunch of Wave B for him to be able to experience a silver bag. They did not have any when we went in May. So we got a Tramp Disney D. He's going to go to be a trader. Another Haunted Mansion. That's not Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror. I love this one. It's so cute. The little Dopey, the green Dopey. Oh, I think he's so cute. I don't have a collection for him, but I do love him a lot. A Tigger Bubble Wand. Again, he's going to be a great trader. Please ignore my nails. I'm going to get them done tomorrow. But a Tigger Bubble Wand. He's cute. A BB-8 cupcake. He'll probably be a trader. We're probably not going to keep... Lucas is not interested in keeping them. I think this is Cogsworth. Yes, a Cogsworth. Disney D. I did grab this off of a pin board, this little Epcot, and I think he's going to look so cute on my Disney Parks board. Opened a few duplicate packets. So another Bubble Wand. Another BB-8 cupcake. A Pride Castle. A mini Bubble Wand. I think that's cute, but probably won't keep it. Another Pascal. And the last of the Wave B bags, we got the Figment Cupcake Chaser. That was the only chaser that Lucas and I opened, and I think I ended up opening it. Last but absolutely not least was the Star Wars pin box. I wish that I would have bought more. These pins are stunning. And we ended up getting the two that Lucas absolutely wanted. This Millennium Falcon pin is just absolutely stunning. And then I want to say that this is an X-Wing, but maybe not. I'm not really sure. I'm not that big of a Star Wars... I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I don't have all that knowledge. But whatever this is, he wanted the two ships. So, very cool. And I just love these pins. So, that is it for this video. That is a wrap on the November Disney series. I did film like half a day of me coming home, and I couldn't do anything with it, so I just kind of scrapped it. That was all the questions that I had, everything that I bought. I just had a great time. Two more questions. I had one that was, what was your favorite pin trade? I think it was the Tinkerbell. And what was your favorite pin board? The pin boards were not great on this trip. I think that was all the pin questions. Let me double check. Yeah, one was favorite pin trade last trip. I really think that it was probably either the Kylo pin, I grabbed that off of a board, or the Tinkerbell pin. And then another one was best pin you found on the boards. That's what that was, not... Oh, there were two more. Best pin you found on the boards. Probably the Wave B pins were probably some of the best on the boards, but there weren't many. And then there was a question, pin one that you're most excited to have acquired. I think probably the Tinkerbell because she went straight into the collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and click that button and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another upload. And I will see you in the next one. Leave a comment down below what your favorite pin was. And if you don't do pins, let me know down below what your favorite item that I picked up was this trip. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.